Once you turn 60, life changes in ways you never expected. Some people thrive, feeling healthier, happier, and more fulfilled than ever, but others struggle. They wake up each morning feeling lost, unmotivated, and unsure of what their days will bring. The difference between the two isn't just luck. It comes down to having the right things in place to support your health, mindset, and overall well-being. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 things you absolutely need after 60 if you don't want to end up feeling miserable. These aren't luxury items or unrealistic goals. They're essential parts of a fulfilling life that many people overlook until it's too late. Without them, life can become frustrating, lonely, and even unhealthy. But when you do have them, every day feels more purposeful, more joyful, and more rewarding. Stick with me until the very end, because the last one is something that many people ignore until they wake up one day and realize they've lost a part of themselves. By the time we're done, you'll have a clear picture of what's truly important and how you can make sure you have these things in place for the years ahead. Now let's get started. Number 1, a strong sense of purpose. When we were younger, our days were often filled with work, family responsibilities, and the many duties that kept us busy. But as we reach our 60s and beyond, the structure of our lives can change dramatically. Many of us retire or find that the daily routine we once knew begins to fade, leaving a quiet space that can sometimes feel a bit overwhelming. A strong sense of purpose becomes our anchor, a guiding light that gives every day meaning and direction. Studies have shown that having a clear sense of purpose not only brightens our mood, but can also extend our lives. Research suggests that those who feel a strong sense of purpose are more likely to experience lower rates of depression and chronic illness. Think about it. When we have something to look forward to each morning, it makes even the simplest tasks feel significant. Consider the story of Richard, a dear friend who retired from a long career in finance. Initially, he welcomed the freedom that came with retirement. However, after a few months, he felt an unexpected emptiness. Without the daily challenge of his work, he began to wonder, what now? One day, he decided to volunteer at a local business program, mentoring young professionals. This small change transformed his mornings. Suddenly, Richard was no longer just a retired man. He became a cherished mentor whose wisdom guided others. His newfound purpose not only lifted his spirits, but also brought a sense of fulfillment that he hadn't realized he'd been missing. In sharing this story, I'm reminded of many life lessons from the elderly that emphasize how purpose is the cornerstone of a meaningful life. When we embrace our purpose, our days blossom with opportunities to contribute, learn, and connect. Think back to a time when you felt truly needed. What was the activity or role that made you wake up excited each day? Number 2, meaningful social connections. Our lives are enriched by the company we keep. Over the years, we may have seen friends move away, family members busy with their own lives, or simply found ourselves spending more time alone than we ever expected. While solitude has its peaceful moments, too much isolation can weigh heavily on our hearts and bodies. Research has indicated that chronic loneliness can have effects as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It's a reminder that our connections with others are not just nice to have, they're essential for our well-being. Let me share the story of Margaret, a 72-year-old widow who once relished the quiet after her husband's passing. In the beginning, she enjoyed the freedom to make decisions on her own. But as the months passed, she felt increasingly isolated. The silence of her home, once comforting, slowly became a source of loneliness. Then, Margaret made a small but life-changing decision. She joined a local walking group at the park. At first, it was just light conversation and shared smiles with strangers, but over time, those brief moments turned into deep, meaningful friendships. Her life, once shrinking in isolation, began to expand with laughter, support, and warmth. The beauty of social connections is that they don't require large gatherings or constant outings. Even a regular phone call with a dear friend or a shared cup of coffee with someone who understands you can make a tremendous difference. These interactions remind us that we are valued, that our stories matter, and that our lives are intertwined in beautiful, sometimes unexpected ways. Many of the life lessons from the elderly I've gathered over the years speak to the power of connection. They remind us that even when life seems quiet, reaching out can light up our days with unexpected joy. If you're still here, thank you for sharing this quiet moment with me. If today's message touched something true in your life, just comment number 2 so I know you're here. And if you haven't yet, I'd love for you to subscribe and tap the bell so you won't miss what's next. This channel is a gentle space where experience matters, kindness is shared, and growing older means something. I'm truly grateful you're here. Number 3, physical strength and mobility. It's a common misconception that growing older means we must accept a gradual loss of strength and mobility as an inevitable part of aging. In reality, taking care of our physical well-being is one of the most important investments we can make in our later years. Every small effort, whether it's a daily walk, light stretching, or gentle strength exercises, helps us maintain our independence and keeps our bodies strong. Let me tell you about Paul, a 68-year-old friend who once prided himself on his active lifestyle. Over time, as he slowed down and reduced his physical activity, he began noticing small signs of decline: stiff legs in the morning, a hesitance to take long walks, and a reliance on his arms just to rise from a chair. One unfortunate day, Paul tripped on his front steps, a minor accident that served as a stark reminder. His body needed care, and it was time to act before more serious challenges arose. Paul's story is not uncommon. According to studies, seniors who engage in regular physical exercise experience better heart health, a reduced risk of falls, and even improved brain function. The key is not to strive for the perfection of a fitness model, but to embrace a regimen that keeps us mobile and independent. Whether it's a gentle walk in the park, a few minutes of resistance training, or simply stretching while watching your favorite show, every bit counts. Embracing physical activity later in life is one of those life lessons from the elderly that I hold close to my heart. Our bodies may change over time, but with patience and care, we can continue to enjoy the freedom that comes from being physically capable and active. Think of a time when you felt particularly strong or agile. What activity were you engaged in, and how did it make you feel about your body? Number 4. Financial stability and peace of mind. For many of us, the later years bring not only the joys of relaxation but also the challenges of managing finances on a fixed income. Even if you've worked hard your entire life and planned for retirement, unexpected expenses like medical bills, home repairs, or sudden emergencies can still arise. Financial worries can cast a long shadow, affecting not only our bank accounts, but also our health and emotional well-being. Take the story of Barbara, a 70-year-old who once felt secure with her retirement savings. Life was peaceful until unforeseen expenses began to accumulate: a major repair on her roof, followed by unexpected medical bills that forced her to dip into her savings more rapidly than anticipated. The stress of these financial challenges began to erode her sense of security and well-being. Barbara's story is a reminder that financial stability is not solely about the numbers in our accounts, it's about peace of mind and the ability to handle life's surprises without constant worry. Experts suggest that regularly reviewing one's finances and planning for potential future expenses can provide much-needed clarity and reduce anxiety. By understanding your financial picture, you can make informed decisions, whether that means cutting unnecessary expenses, planning for medical and long-term care costs, or even exploring small income opportunities that bring both financial relief and personal fulfillment. When we share these life lessons from the elderly, We learn that financial stability is as much about emotional security as it is about money. A well-planned budget, a little foresight, and the willingness to adjust can help us face unexpected challenges with a calm heart and a confident spirit. If you're still here, thank you for sharing this quiet moment with me. If today's message touched something true in your life, just comment number 4 so I know you're here. And if you haven't yet, I'd love for you to subscribe and tap the bell so you won't miss what's next. This channel is a gentle space where experience matters, kindness is shared, and growing older means something. I'm truly grateful you're here. Number 5, a sense of personal growth and curiosity. After 60, many people make the mistake of thinking their best years are behind them. They settle into routines, avoid new challenges, and stop pushing themselves to learn or experience new things. At first, it might not seem like a big deal, but over time, something happens. They start to feel stuck, life becomes repetitive, and the excitement, curiosity, and feeling of moving forward slowly fade. When that happens, it doesn't just affect your mood, it affects your brain, your energy, and even your health. The moment you stop learning, you start declining. Studies have shown that keeping your mind engaged, whether through reading, learning new skills, or even just staying curious, can significantly reduce the risk of cognitive decline and diseases like dementia. It's not just about keeping busy, it's about growth. It's about maintaining the part of yourself that thrives on discovery, on challenges, and on the feeling of accomplishment. Take someone like Thomas, a 74-year-old retired engineer. After decades of working on complex projects, he suddenly found himself with nothing to work on. At first, he enjoyed the break, but eventually, he started feeling restless. He had no reason to challenge himself or set real goals. Then one day, he decided to take a basic woodworking class at a local community center. What started as a simple hobby turned into something bigger. He built furniture for his grandkids, made gifts for friends, and even started selling small pieces at a local market. More than that, he felt alive again. Learning something new gave him purpose, confidence, and a fresh outlook on life. Personal growth doesn't have to mean going back to school or taking on huge projects. It can be as simple as reading new books, learning a new language, picking up an instrument, or even just trying different types of puzzles or mental challenges. The goal isn't perfection, it's engagement. It's about staying interested in life, keeping your mind sharp, your creativity flowing, and your world expanding instead of shrinking. Recall a moment when learning something new brought you unexpected joy. What was it? And how did it reshape your view of what's possible? Final thoughts. We've discussed 5 essential elements for living a happy, fulfilling life after 60. A strong sense of purpose, meaningful social connections, physical strength and mobility, financial stability, and a commitment to personal growth and curiosity. Each one is a building block for a future that feels secure and satisfying. When we have these in our lives, each day becomes more rewarding, enjoyable, and truly our own. Without them, however, life can begin to feel empty, stressful, and even lonely. Take a quiet moment to reflect on your own journey. Which of these areas are already part of your life and which ones could use a little nurturing? Do you wake up feeling excited about the day ahead, knowing you have a purpose? Are there people around you who offer genuine support and bring joy to your days? Are you caring for your body, keeping it active and strong? Do you feel financially secure, free to enjoy your retirement without constant worry? And most importantly, are you still allowing yourself to learn, explore, and grow? If you feel that any of these areas are lacking, remember it's never too late to start. Even small, thoughtful changes made today can lead to significant improvements in your happiness, health, and overall well-being. The secret is to remain engaged, to keep connecting with others, and to keep moving forward. Life after 60 isn't a period of slowing down. In many ways, it's a beautiful new beginning. Thank you for spending this time with us. We invite you to share your thoughts. Leave a comment telling us one thing you learned today and how you plan to put it into practice. Your experiences inspire and encourage all of us. If you found this message helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Your support helps us continue to create thoughtful content that informs and uplifts our community. We look forward to welcoming you back in our next video. As an old proverb reminds us, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now.